Love, it sounds so simple, right? But sometimes, even the simplest love stories are the ones that change us the most. My name is Lily, and I never believed in love at first sight. Not until I met Adam. I worked as a school teacher in a small town, where life was calm, quiet, and predictable. My days were filled with the laughter of children, cups of warm tea, and evening walks through the park near my house. Everything felt peaceful, almost routine. I wasn't looking for anything new, especially not love. But life has a strange way of surprising us when we least expect it. And for me, that surprise came on an ordinary rainy morning that soon became unforgettable. It was a cold, rainy morning when I first met Adam. I was running late for school, holding my umbrella tightly as the wind pushed against me. Suddenly, someone bumped into me near the coffee shop, spilling hot coffee all over my papers. I was annoyed until I looked up and saw him. He quickly apologized, his eyes full of kindness and embarrassment. He offered to help me, and before I knew it, we were sitting inside that same coffee shop, drying my papers with tissues and laughing about the whole situation. From that day, we started meeting more often, sometimes by accident, sometimes on purpose. He was funny, gentle, and easy to talk to. Soon, those casual meetings turned into long walks, deep talks, and quiet smiles that meant more than words. But love stories aren't always smooth. One evening, Adam told me something that changed everything. He said he might have to move to another city for work, and suddenly, the simple happiness I had found felt like it was slipping away. After that evening, my world felt heavy. Every message from Adam, every call, carried an unspoken sadness, the fear of goodbye. We still met often, trying to pretend everything was normal, but deep down, we both knew time was running out. I couldn't sleep some nights, wondering why life always takes happiness away when you finally find it. I started to avoid talking about his move. I thought if I didn't mention it, maybe it wouldn't happen. But one day, I saw a suitcase in his car. That moment broke something inside me. I realized he was really leaving. We sat quietly on a park bench that evening, watching the sunset, the same place we had laughed so many times before. I wanted to be strong. I smiled and told him I was happy for his new job, but inside, I was falling apart. After he left, the days felt long and empty. I went to the same coffee shop alone, hoping to feel close to him somehow. But slowly, I began to understand something. Love isn't only about being together. Sometimes it's about wishing the best for someone, even when your heart hurts. That thought helped me stand again, one small step at a time. One morning, while cleaning my desk, I found a small note inside my favorite book. It was Adam's handwriting. It said, "Love isn't about distance. It's about connection. Don't let this story end, even if we're far apart." For the first time in weeks, I smiled with tears in my eyes. That little message reminded me that what we had wasn't lost. It had simply changed. I decided to stop waiting sadly and start living with hope that day. I sent him a photo of the sunrise with a short message. "I'm okay now, and I believe in us." He replied minutes later, "That's my girl." It wasn't a happy ending, but it was a peaceful one, and that peace changed everything. A few months later, Adam came back to our city for a short visit. My heart raced when he texted, "Can we meet at our favorite cafe?" I hesitated. Part of me was scared to see him, scared to feel everything again. But another part of me wanted closure, or maybe a new beginning. When I entered the cafe, he was already there, sitting by the window where we first met. His smile was the same, gentle, familiar, and full of warmth. We talked for hours, laughing, remembering, even crying a little. Then he said softly, "I don't know what the future holds, but I still care about you deeply." I looked at him, my heart calm for the first time. "Maybe love doesn't always need a perfect ending," I whispered. "Maybe it just needs understanding." We parted with a hug, not as lovers, but as two people who once shared something beautiful. after that day, something inside me changed. I no longer waited for messages that never came or replayed old memories late at night. Instead, I focused on myself, my dreams, my art, and the quiet moments that once felt empty. I realized that love isn't just about being together. It's about what it teaches you: patience, kindness. Adam's presence in my life, even for a short time, helped me rediscover who I was. Weeks turned into months, and life started to feel light again. Sometimes, I'd walk by that same cafe, smile, and whisper a little thank you to the past. Because now, I understood something important. Not all love stories need to last forever to be meaningful. Some are simply meant to help us grow, to prepare our hearts for what comes next. And in that understanding, I finally found peace. Love teaches us more than we realize, sometimes through joy, sometimes through loss. My story wasn't perfect, but it made me stronger and wiser. If you've ever loved and lost, remember, healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means learning to smile again. Thank you for listening to my story. If this touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. And subscribe for more simple, emotional English stories that speak to the soul.